Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langland Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, so we have been together driving hard for our Second Amendment blessings for the last 7 months, some of you even longer than that. But we've got something new happening in the gun world. You know that we've talked in a lot, almost at exhaustion, about the gun-controlling left, the very far left, right? The progressive left. Not everyday Democrats, it's the far left, okay? They've been seeking guns and seeking gun control and trying, and we've so far held up a pretty good wall, and they have not been able to climb it, go under it, go around it, jump it, as Nancy Pelosi said. And that's because it's imbued in our founding document. It's in the Bill of Rights. It's right there behind freedom of speech. It's the second one. It's not the third, it's not the fourth, it's not the 10th, it's the second, okay? And that's incredibly important to us, and it's not about the gun itself, it's about what the gun represents. It's a freedom tool to defend ourselves. You guys know that, we know that, but there is a new candidate in the Senate race in Arkansas, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, this guy exudes alpha American male more than anyone I've seen in a while. But he's coming straight out of nowhere, and that's an incredibly important part what we're gonna talk about before we go into this. Every single one of you has the ability to make an impact and a change, even if you don't think you are, or you can. This guy came out of nowhere, and the left is going insane. This article I'm about to read to you is from Los Angeles. They not only attack him and his ad and his announcement, but they also attack patriots in general. And we're going to dive into that because now we're getting into my realm. I'm not running for Congress or Senate, but now you're getting into the wordplay and the marketing and all the little manipulation. Now we're going to play, and that's what we're going to talk about. So, the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to show you part of the clip. It's linked in the description box below if you want to watch the whole announcement ad. It's like 2 minutes long. Then also the article is linked in the description box below so you guys can follow along with shenanigans this guy's trying to pull from Los Angeles, okay? Far left. But now, let's get into this because I cannot wait to hear what you guys think in the comments field below. So, first off, cue alpha male.
I'm Jake Beckett. I'm no squish career politician. I'm a former All-SEC Razorback, a defensive end who sacked Tim Tebow, a Patriot who played with Tom Brady and won a Super Bowl, and an Army veteran who left the NFL and volunteered for the 101st Airborne in Iraq.
All right, listen, I mean, I'm pretty confident in myself, but I don't want to stand next to this guy because that's a handsome devil. I'm just saying. All right. So now here, let's get to the actual article, and this is where he starts at attacking Beckett, but then he goes after America, and that's where I come in. So let's get to it. I might get spicy, fair warning. All right, so here's the article title. Again, linked in the description box below, and I want to know what you think. Why should gun worship define American patriotism? Ooh, gun worship does, huh? Not the country, not the founding documents, not freedom. No, gun worship. See, guys, I'm getting amped already. All right, let's dig in. This might be a second, but we're going to have some fun together. All right. Whew. Oh, Los Angeles Times. Okay, here we go. The 2014 season in which Patriots won the championship, Beckett was on the practice squad and didn't play a single snap. The following season, he was cut and out of the league, and in 2017, he joined the Army. He's in the 101st Airborne, bro. Whatever. Now, that's still a heck of an athletic career, but when Beckett said he played with Tom Brady and won a Super Bowl, accompanied by an image of him kissing the trophy, he is misleading people. Okay. Yeah, wait till you see the next sentence. But I'm not bent out of shape because he inflated his NFL career. Hell, I would do the same thing if I had a ring. You mean you don't have a ring? Shocking. It's his idea of patriotism that irks me. So, first of all, the Super Bowl, bad, misleading, liar. I mean, I do the same thing, but he's bad. But it's really patriotism, and now is where we shift into the patriotism part. And this is where you and I get involved, because not so fast, sir, not so fast. Twice, when Beckett spoke of being a patriot, he is shown shooting an AR. In fact, one of those times the word patriot is superimposed in big letters as the bullet casings fall as if directed by Michael Mann. I mean, okay, that sounds kind of cool to me, but whatever. There is no denying that Sorry, I'm getting too into this. There is no denying the place guns have in modern-day American folklore. Oh, first mistake. It's not folklore. It's current. This is something that we live with. This is a right that is imbued right behind the freedom of speech. The one that you so liberally use, the Los Angeles Times, to say whatever you want, no matter how asinine it is. But if you agree in the Second Amendment, well, then all of a sudden you believe in folklore and a mystical memory. No, it's an alive memory. It's something that we carry on from the people before us to the people after us. It is our turn currently, and that is why you cannot take what you're trying to take. But I digress. Let me get an amen if you guys are feeling me, because I'm getting hyped. It's getting exciting. All right. Oh, let's see what I said last. Oh yeah, folklore. But the word patriot is heard 3 times in a nearly 2-minute video, and 2 of them are at the shooting range. That sounds pretty cool. The other time is in reference to the NFL. Is that all there is? Before answering that, consider some numbers. Ooh, numbers. All right. Now we're speaking my language. And what do we have to say for ourselves? It's our constitutional right to have guns? Yep, you nailed it. He continues. Something that, like Beckett's claim to have won a Super Bowl with Brady, is a good story, but not the whole story. It's the only story. People died. People gave up everything. Their rights, their honor, and everything they owned for the right for us to be free and speak our minds and have our right to defend ourselves from tyrannical governments. That's the entire purpose. That is the story. There's nothing else. But that's just what you and I know. But let's keep going. Take the border crisis, for example. Personally, like a few months ago, I thought there wasn't a crisis. I thought it was just an increased normal seasonal demand. But, I guess it's a crisis now because it's convenient for this article. But let's continue. We can always find dramatic footage of Mexicans and Central Americans making their way across the Rio Grande. But for some reason, there's not a lot of images of gun smugglers making their way back across the border carrying our brand of patriotism with them. You mean freedom and American flags? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Mexican government would crack down on that. Especially since they're a cartel state, where the entire state is run by the cartels. Yeah, they get guns. But let's talk about that. Let's keep going. According to Lone Grillo, author of Blood Gun Money, How American Arms Gangs and What Cartels, gun laws are so strict in Mexico there is only one store in the entire country where citizens can even buy a gun. And that's controlled by the Mexican army. Yet from 2007 to 2019, more than 164,000 guns seized from criminals came from our factories. You mean from like Fast and Furious, when the ATF was involved in dropping and running guns to the Mexican cartels in order to trace them and do a botched operation in which killed American citizens and law enforcement? You mean those guys? By the way, Chipman is still up for nomination for the ATF and running into trouble. So you might want to be careful when you start mouthing off about the ATF about guns in Mexico, because the government that you're talking about, the private sector, yeah, that was from the ATF. The government. The people who control guns. Just saying. All right, so the other thing that he does here is he completely negates gun control and says that it doesn't work. If you've only got one gun shop in all of Mexico, but there's still 164,000 guns in Mexico, how's that happening? They're illegal. But they don't think that way. They just think the source is the problem, not the fact that people are breaking the law, because that happens in every United States city. Oh, that's exactly what he goes to next, but listen to what he says. It's the same dynamic we see stateside, in which cities with strict gun laws are undermined by neighboring states with relaxed laws. It's why last month the Justice Department announced a federal task force to crack down on domestic firearms trafficking. By the way, they all went to 5 of the largest liberal cities with largest gun control population, or largest gun control laws in those states and cities. Interesting how that works, because they're not laws. It's almost like laws don't matter to criminals, cartel members, gang members, or just criminals in general. But you don't want to talk about that. You want to talk about the fact that he's saying patriot, and you're tying guns to patriotism. Guns do not make you a patriot. The usage of guns to defeat tyranny and hold tyranny back makes you a patriot. It's a tool. They just don't get it. But let's keep going. And this is the part where you guys can hear this guy, right? This is the part of the story we don't like to talk about because it holds us accountable. We would much rather talk about our constitutional right as if it exists in a vacuum, detached from the proliferation and worship of guns as well as its consequences. We don't worship guns. We respect and honor the Constitution in order that gives us the right to have guns, to keep gun grabbers and people who are anti-freedom away from ourselves. That's the whole point. You can say whatever you want. That's the reality. Perhaps that's the most jarring aspect of Beckett's video, his comfort with marrying guns to American patriotism. In the ad, he says he is 100% pro-life, between clips of him squeezing the trigger because nothing says pro-life like a weapon of war. Such a good story. Don't you guys like this guy? I love this guy. But anyway, so you're talking about pro-life and you're talking about guns. You're trying to equate conservative values between pro-life and guns. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense when pro-life is about protecting infants, or really babies, before they have the chance to be born and defend themselves, and a gun range where you're defending a Second Amendment right in order for those same babies to be free. You see what they do there? They say, oh, well, you're pro-life, but you're shooting a gun. He's shooting a gun at paper targets. He's practicing the Second Amendment right, but that's just unacceptable to this guy. And it's such a good story. You guys can tell exactly who wrote this article. You guys all know one in your personal lives. But the point is, they are coming in force, and they are going to attack, and we are going to be here every single second of every single day going towards 2022 because they are scared bleepless of people like this. People who are good looking, who have American history background, who have a American football background, military background, and now are coming after the wishy-washy rhinos in the Senate. It's about to get spicy, y'all, and it's going to be one hell of a ride from here to 2022, and I look forward to riding it with you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments field below, and until tomorrow, I'm Braden. See you later.